Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker and welcome to Show and Tell number 227. So Banner decided to come creeping around in here and now of course he's like, oh, mommy's talking. Nope, let's go. Run, get out. Run, save yourselves. You don't want to look at the camera? Look at how cute you are, Joe. No, say no. It's okay. Look at that kitten. Look at how cute he is. Okay, you go exploring. Anyhoo. So it's not been too dramatic. We haven't had any more birds in the house this week. We've had some work done. We've had some people here at the house, so I've kind of had very limited time to get things done, which is a little frustrating for me. There are days where I just kind of want to get stuff done and that's not happening. So yeah. I'm filming on Wednesday because all day yesterday was just absolutely blown out of the water. So filming on Wednesday morning. I'm hopefully going to have everything ready to go and ready to upload on Thursday, but on Friday I'm going to get my hair cut. So I'm going to tell her basically anything as long as it stays under chin level. Because we keep cutting it like right here. And in 6 weeks, we're getting 2.5 inches of growth. So we're growing, my hair's growing really, really fast right now. No thicker, it's still super thin. But, you know, I'm getting a lot of length in between my cuts. So I'm just going to tell her basically as long as we keep it here or below, have fun. So we'll see what happens with that. Definitely trust the woman who cuts my hair. Jessica is phenomenal. And she does some amazing dye work. Just saying. Anyway, so I have one FO, one happy mail, an acquisition we're going to have to talk about, and it's not going to count towards my goal. It's because there are things that I apparently needed. I was doing some struggling, and these are things that I just needed in my stash with what I have. But we have a ton of WIPs. So I don't think I'm really going to need my notes for this week, but first off, let's talk about some WIPs here. So I've been working on my next linen stitch shawl. So last time you saw it, it was right here. So we've actually got a substantial amount. I'm almost done adding in the second full ball of yarn. So this is Denim in Color from Yarn Bee, Hobby Lobby. I got it on the markdown clearance. This is the color taupe, and I'm pairing it with the color pink. So I have 1.5 pinks, and I had 4, right? 4 taupes, 3 taupes. Anyway, I've got 3 in here. I've used 1, 4 taupes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 4 taupes in, then I'm going to do the 1.5 pinks, and we're just going to do a band of color at the end. But this is my same linen stitch shawl that I shared with you guys a couple videos ago. I will leave a link in the description box down below, and I will try to remember to put it in the iCard if you are watching on the computer, so you can just like up there in the corner. But yeah, that's WIP number 1. It's 8:30 in the morning and I'm already hot. So we're on coffee cup number 2. Basically, I dusted, changed sheets on the bed and swept the floor and came upstairs to film. Well, I put some makeup on, trying to balance out my complexion just a little bit. So in my Knit Pick Sock Lab bag, we have the picnic socks in Peyton's Croy and Bramble stripes. So when y'all saw these last week, I was right here. I was just finished with the first pass of the lace pattern, starting the second. So here's the second lace pattern. And we got a lot done, but I'm at the point where I start the drop stitch pattern. So I need to think for the next couple rows. It's like I need to think for one row, then I'll be good for 6 rows, and then I need to think again. So I haven't had the sit and think capacity recently. Hopefully after I'm done filming this, I will be able to like on the sofa for a few minutes and knit. It would be great. I have a couple things I'm wanting to watch. So I'm trying to start Mindhunter again, but that's not been very successful. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll start Fargo because I really like all the actors in Fargo. And I got through like half of an episode and got interrupted. So, I don't know if that's going to get off to a good start yet or not, but I'm behind on TV. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so I think that's why I share what I'm watching when I am watching something, because I don't watch a lot of TV. So I think it's kind of fun when I'm actually watching something. So this is a DK weight pair of socks. So I did a rounded toe for these. For all the other socks I've done so far, I've used a wedge toe. This time I used a rounded toe, and this is a knit 3 purl 1 rib going around the entire foot so far. And this is Mary Maxim Elements yarn. And this is the colorway Sunset. These are 80% acrylic, 20% wool, 151 yards, 50 grams. And for some reason, this looks like a melted bomb pop to me. There's so much purple and pink in here. I don't know why, like, my brain is thinking melted bomb pop every time I look at these, because it doesn't in the skein, but for some reason, the red, white, blue is really, really coming through, and it's just weird. So anyway, for some reason, I bought 3 sets of this to make socks at one point. I don't mind the 80% acrylic, 20% wool, DK weight socks for like house socks or boot socks when I'm just like popping on like my Uggs or something to go run errands when it's 20 degrees, which is the only time I do actually wear my Uggs. And ironically enough, so I don't even have Uggs. I have kookaburras, but kookaburra by Ugg. It's the first pair I've ever owned. Like, they were super popular when I was in college and I never had any. I didn't understand the like boots and mini skirt thing. So I never had any. And then I was like, I need something just warm for my tootsies. So I thought it was kind of funny. It's kind of like there's a number of us that are in my age group that really were not fans of Britney Spears when we were in high school and college. That is like, you know, actually a lot of that early stuff was kind of like catchy. Same thing with like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and stuff. It's like, you know, they're kind of catchy songs. But I did just get them because my feet keep getting cold. So anyway, my last pair of WIP socks. These are my Cotton Candy Hermione Everyday socks. These were here when y'all saw these last. Oh no, I have one more pair that I'm going to show you guys, but there's not much to see on those. So we did turn the heel. That was a lot of work in one day, but we did turn the heel. So it's another shadow wrap heel. This is another wedge toe with Turkish cast on. Toe up, 2 at a time, magic loop. So I have not done my knitting today, and these are what I will probably work on. I might work on the picnic socks if I can actually get down there and start working like ASAP while my brain is still kind of working. Boot. This is the other pair. They're just toes. And boy, howdy, is that blowing out the screen. And it's only going to get worse. So I wanted to make the most obnoxious pair of socks I could. So my heel toe cuff is going to be in this. This is highlighter yellow stroll from Knit Picks. I do have an affiliate link for Knit Picks down below. So if you're interested in any of the yarns, we're going to have a whole conversation about stroll from Knit Picks. But that's going to get paired with this. I haven't decided. I keep going back and forth on, do I just want to do vanilla socks with a rib cuff and do like a 4-row, 2-row, 6-row, 2-row, 4-row stripe pattern on the cuff and ribbing? Or do I want to do like the monkey socks, which is a little lace pattern sock? I made those. Those were like some of my like OG original socks I ever made were monkey socks. And I think that's a cookie A pattern. But yeah, I want some really mega obnoxious socks. So this is Pucker from Knit Pick Stroll and highlighter yellow. And I want some Dayglow toes. I mean, the theme for summer sock camp is 80s, 90s, so it was kind of appropriate, but this is something I would have done anyway. So these came out of my stash, but this got me onto a whole thing, and that will be, well, like I said, we'll come back to that in just a second. So y'all are probably wondering, if you were here last week and remember what I had. Well, you said that's all your WIPs. What about your Cascade 80s socks? What happened to those? Well, guys, those are done. And we did have some drama binding these off. What I wanted to do, let me get these on my blockers. I didn't get these ready to show. So last time y'all saw these were down here. I did go ahead and take out my 10 row stitch row markers and just left in my progress keeper so we knew where I was last week. And this is one I made, I think. This was a charm from Hobby Lobby. But yeah, so what I had wanted to do, I went ahead and started my cuff ribbing here halfway through the black and white section. And what I wanted to do was end on the green. And I was hoping I had just enough. If I had knit 2 rows of the green and then started the bind off, I would have just enough. And I was actually going to be short by like 20 stitches. So I had to tink back almost an entire bind off on one sock, knit 2 rows of green, and then as soon as this pattern, which is the gray and white, popped up, I bound off with that at the top edge of the cuff for these. So it's okay. It's not really what I wanted at the cuff at a distance. I mean, it's not like you're going to ever see it when I'm wearing them or anything. It looks fine. It's just not what I wanted to have happen. If I had realized I couldn't get the bind off done in the green, what I would have done is I would have waited to start the ribbing until the pink row and then done half a ribbing with the gray, purple, and white, and then bound off with that. So I would have done like 4 rows of this and then done a bind off row. But, you know, it is what it is. I have a... So when I pulled off the 30 grams to do the second socks, because I wanted these in the same order, I wanted these to match as much as possible, which they did match up pretty well. I pulled off 30 grams and then made it match. So, I made it match first, then I wheeled off 30 grams. So the little ball that I had was like 30 grams, I think, 34 grams. It was a weird number. But I ended up with that being exactly 10 grams. So I brought that up, put it in my 10 gram mini bag. And the other one is 30 grams, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know that I measured that off, actually. But I want you to see it because it's like the cutest little extra cake. Oh, I did weigh it off. It's 33 grams. There you go. It's an open skein, 33 grams. So I just recaked it, put its label back on it, and I'll set it over here on the shelf because technically 33 grams is enough to do something else with. So I'm going to call this a large leftover, and it's not quite 20 grams, so it's not quite enough to go in my 20 gram. Because then I would have all these extras. I mean, I could wheel off the 20, put the 13 in my shawl downstairs, but that just seems like a lot, to be honest. So anyway, there's that. So that's all my WIPs and stuff. That's WIPs and FOs. No UFOs this week. No progress on UFOs. I do need to do a UFO monthly update, and we'll talk UFOs. But yeah. So happy mail first. Annalise sent me a package which I opened in the car yesterday with my mom. So I guess last week was the only time I have not checked my post office on a Friday in like 6 months since I got the P.O. box open. But I hope this wasn't sitting in there that long because it wasn't there the week before. And I guess, you know, once again, it was only Tuesday yesterday, so it's not like I'm only 3 days late checking it. Anyway, she had said she was going to send me her point stoppers from Yarnable, but she sent me way more than that. So she knows I love the bags. I think these are like the most convenient bags for everything. And the zipper on these is so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So she sent me the Halloween point protectors, which I love these. So number one, the ghosties are adorable. Don't get me wrong, but these ball nubbin things are mega awesome. They've been wonderful on the sock projects. But she also ended up with the cutest little set of the little white ghosties with the little blue witch hats. I don't know what she ordered that came with these, but I love these. A set of the pick 'em up hooks, which I keep in a lot of my Notions pouches. We got the donuts, which I've actually got these on a shawl project right now. The ones that I got. And then she sent me her progress keepers from the bee themed, or these are stitch row markers for the, anyway, super duper cute. She also sent me this, which I've never seen this book before, but this is awesome. So this is making handmade books, and this is actual like bindings and coverings for books, because I've been getting into more like journal making, book making kind of stuff, just because I think it's fun. And eventually what I want to do is do a sewn book binding for all the Christmas cards that I get and just sew each year together. So anyway, I've got a lot of going through to decide what I want to make out of this. So thank you so much. These are so cute. And this is epic. I am so excited about this. My mom was like, oh, that sounds like so much fun. And they had it like at the post office. Like they had this like squished in half. I'm not sure how, but I had to open it in the car while I was still on the phone with my mom because I was afraid something had gotten broken because I didn't remember what she said she was sending. So anyway, thank you so much. I love them all. Thank you for the bags because I still have a lot of stuff, like little stuff that I'm trying to like sort in the paper crafting area. So much stuff. So anyway, I placed an order with Precious Knits again. I will leave the link in the description box down below. But in our ALCs, very frequently, we get skein coats from Precious Knits, and I just like her fabric. She makes some really cute fabrics. I did also get a progress keeper that was a little foxy fox. Put that there. Roomba just came down the hallway for some reason, but I really loved the weird citrine. It's not peridot. It's a little too yellow for peridot. Citrine ships. Once again, another retro, just kind of had to have it. And because I've been doing so many things that are big skein with their mini, I thought it was about time I had a matching set to do those projects. So anyway, there is that. I did place an order for Nitty Natty Sock Week merch. And it started because what I really, really wanted, there were 2 items that I just like absolutely had to have. And that was the sock squatch clear bottom bag. I did not want the black bottom bag. I wanted the clear bottom bag. And I'll leave the video where Nitty Netty shares all the merch that you can get, all the specialty stuff for Sock Week, her Sock Week, down below. But I really wanted that bag. And then I also really wanted the ruler from Twice Shirt Sheet. But that may have led to, since I couldn't get those immediately, I did end up getting them in the end. It did end up with me ordering other stuff too. So I will need to get my groove on getting things done so I don't go over my budget this year. Now this is the final thing. This is a purchase. I'm not going to count this towards my goals, and it's because I got these specifically to aid in using other yarns I already have for socks. So I needed more colors that I knew were present in my sock yarn collection to do heel toes and cuffs with. So I did order some more pucker. This is a color I go through a lot of. I tend to make projects with this. I've used this as an accent for a couple of things, and now I'm making socks with it. But that was my last skein of pucker. So I did order, I think, 2 more skeins of the Stroll pucker. This is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering. These are 50-gram balls. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So I use this for my heel toes and cuffs a lot. I've also used this to make scarves or done like trim work on other things. So anyway, Duchess Heather is the next color. And I have a number of day glows where this purple, the shade of purple, is like a lot of the speckling or streaking that appears in the yarn. So this was good to pick up as an accent color. Same thing with this. This comes in this color of purple, shade of purple, appears in a lot of my sock yarn. So this is just deep purple. But this is a very vibrant dark purple. I think that's why the camera is having a struggling to kind of pick that color up completely. It's blowing out just a little bit. This is Paisley Heather. So this is a slightly more pinky purple versus like the Duchess. So this is a little bit more dusky plum, and this is a little bit more pinky. Gray is something I always need, and black is something I always need. So I have 1 ball of the Premier Serenity in black left. So I did order a couple of the Stroll Black. This is Ash. Then I got the blues package. So this is Blue Steel Heather, Sapphire Heather, Frost, Electric Blue, and Navy. I think this is what was in the blues package. And it was just 1 skein of each of these, and I thought that was kind of perfect. I do have a couple of navies, but the other ones I did not have. And with the exception of this one, these appear in a lot of my yarns that I already have. So I wanted to continue trying to get things that would help me blend a lot of the stuff I already have. So the other ones I got Goldenrod Heather and Cider. Both of these because I have some I have a lot of yarns like this that I've picked up where it's kind of very 70s. This is actually a Sexy Gryffindor. This is from Friends and Fiberworks. I got this in Asheville. But I have a lot of yarns like this where I love these colors, but I normally use these to make stuff for my mom if it's going to be around somebody's head, neck, shoulders area, or my brother. Both of them are natural redheads. But I got this to make socks, and I have another one downstairs, the one I got mad at a couple weeks ago. Both of these are in that yarn, plus they're in my Sexy Gryffindor yarn. I also have it in my Scarecrow yarn. I think this color's in that. So I have a bunch that I don't use these colors. So I really needed something to go with these so I could start working these out of my stash. And then the last two that I got were Patina, and this is Candy Pink, which used to be super cute together. But I have animal crackers in the Felici. And both of these would pair with animal crackers, as would, like, I think that Duchess color maybe. So anyway, I'm not going to count that towards my purchases for the year, just because these are very specifically so I can use more of my sock yarn to make socks and get things progressing out of my stash. I am getting very hot up here, very sticky. So anyway, that is what I have for this week. I will leave a link that, well, there's an affiliate link for Knit Picks down below already in my affiliates link section, or you can use the We Crochet link. Their stroll is sold through both of those. So if you were interested in picking up some really good solids to do heel toe cuffs with that are on the slightly thinner side, definitely recommend. I love it. I think it's a great, and they have so many colors available. I mean, so many colors. So anyway, there's that. I will have links for any patterns I used down in the description box down below. But I love you guys. Oh, and Nitty Natty's video will be down there, as well as Kate, the crazy sock lady, with the whole sock camp saga going on over here. Because for some reason, I'm getting socks made. And I'm not going to complain about it. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you all real soon. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.